I am incredibly excited about today's topic because we're taking something that usually, frankly, just confuses the heck out of English learners and native speakers alike, and we're going to break it down into pure, simple math. Today, we're mastering the what-if scenarios of the English language. We're looking at English conditionals, but hey, we're not going to look at them as boring, confusing grammar rules. No way. Instead, we're going to treat them like a reality scale. Literally a sliding scale that takes us from absolute, undeniable facts all the way down into deep, completely impossible past regrets. So let me pose a quick question to you. What if you could express undeniable facts, wistful daydreams, and deep past regrets using just a simple math formula? Think about how powerful that would be. You wouldn't have to guess which words to use or worry if you're hitting the right tone. You just grab the right formula, plug in your words, and boom, you instantly communicate exactly what level of reality you're dealing with. Whether you're a focused learner trying to nail your writing or just someone wanting to communicate with absolute precision, this is going to be a total game changer for you. To get there, though, let's quickly define what we're actually talking about here. A conditional is, at its core, a grammar equation. It always, and I mean always, consists of two distinct parts: a condition, which usually kicks off with the word if, and a result. It's basically cause and effect, right? If I do A, then B happens. But the real magic here is that by slightly tweaking the grammatical math in either the condition or the result, we drastically change the level of reality we're describing. And this master cheat sheet brilliantly illustrates exactly what I mean. On the left side, we have the type of conditional, starting from 0 all the way down to mixed conditionals. In the middle, we've got our condition, the if statement. And on the right, we have the result. Notice that little plus sign between them? Yep, that's our math. Over the next few minutes, we're going to literally climb down this chart step by step. We'll start at the very top where things are 100% real and slowly descend all the way down to where things are completely impossible. So, part 1, the power of if, covering facts and likely futures. Let's start at the most grounded, rock-solid end of our reality scale. Okay, let's look at the very first mathematical formula on our cheat sheet, the zero conditional. The math here is incredibly straightforward. Step 1, the condition, is simply if plus the present simple tense. Step 2, the result, is also just the present simple. So present simple plus present simple. You use this formula for one very specific reason, and that's to express facts and general truths that are always true. There is zero doubt here. Hence, the zero conditional. Our source example perfectly demonstrates this absolute certainty. If you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. Look at the math in action there. If you heat, that's our if plus present simple. It boils, that's our present simple result. It is an undeniable scientific fact. It's not a guess, it's not a maybe. If condition A happens, result B is absolutely guaranteed. Right, let's step down one rung on a reality ladder to the first conditional. Now we're still in the realm of reality, but we're looking slightly forward in time. The formula shifts just a tiny bit here. The condition stays exactly the same. If plus present simple. But for the result, we swap out the present simple and plug in will plus a verb. The crucial takeaway? We use this new formula for real future situations that are highly possible and extremely likely to happen. Let's see how this exact math helps us plan for those highly probable future realities. Here's our source example. If it rains tomorrow, I will stay home. Let's check the math again. If it rains, there's your if plus present simple. I will stay, will plus verb. Imagine you're looking at the sky. You see those dark clouds rolling in, and you're making a solid plan based on a very real, likely possibility. It hasn't happened yet, sure, but it's very much grounded in the real world. Okay, so we've just conquered the top two rows of our master cheat sheet, the zero and first conditionals. Those were the safe zones, the hard facts and the solid plans. But take a look at where we're heading next, into the middle of the chart. We're about to cross an invisible boundary. We are officially losing touch with reality and stepping straight into the hypothetical. Welcome to part 2, daydreams and unlikely situations. This is where the grammar math gets genuinely fun, letting us paint pictures of things that aren't actually true right now, but man, we kind of wish they were. To pull this off, we need the second conditional formula. This is the daydreamer's equation. Here is how the math changes. The condition takes a step back in time to become if plus past simple. And the result? It drops the will from our last formula and replaces it with would plus a verb. Now, here's the trick, and it's a huge one that trips up so many learners. Even though we are using the past simple in our formula, we're actually using it to talk about unreal or unlikely situations right now. in the present, or in the future. Using that past tense is literally just a grammatical signal that we've completely stepped away from reality. Just listen to this perfectly wistful example from our source. If I had a car, I would drive to work. The math? If I had, if plus past simple. I would drive, would plus verb. But think about the actual boots on the ground reality of this sentence. Does the speaker actually have a car right now? Nope. They're probably standing at a rainy bus stop imagining an alternate present. It's pure fantasy. Well, as we continue moving down our reality scale, we have to plunge into the heaviest territory yet. We're dropping down to the third conditional row. This is where we hit a total brick wall. We're dealing with things that have already happened, and no matter how much we might want to, we simply cannot change them. Moving into part 3, past regrets and impossible pasts. The tone naturally shifts here to the heavier woulda, coulda, shoulda of English grammar. Because the concept itself is heavier, the grammar math becomes the most complex on our entire chart. To build the third conditional, which is essentially the ultimate regret formula, your condition becomes if plus the past perfect. That's a deep, deep past tense. And your result becomes would have plus the past participle. We use this complex equation to talk about completely unreal, impossible situations in the past. Let's look at the source example to see this heavy math in action. If she had studied, she would have passed the exam. The condition, if she had studied, that's if plus past perfect. The result, she would have passed, would have plus past participle. The finality here is absolutely absolute. The exam is over. It's done. It's in the past. She didn't study, and sadly, she failed. This formula is literally just giving us a way to mourn what could have been. Now, we've hit the bottom of the standard conditionals, but notice those last 2 rows down there, mixed 1 and mixed 2. This right here is the final frontier. Up until now, our conditions and results have always lived in the exact same basic timeline. But what happens if you want to connect a regret from the past to a feeling you have right now? Well, that requires a little bit of time travel. Which brings us to part 4, time-bending mixed conditionals. This is where we break our previous formulas right in half and stitch them together like Frankenstein's monster to magically connect the past and the present. Okay, let's break down the chaos. First, look at the mixed 1 conditional. The math grabs the condition from the past, that's if plus past perfect, and pairs it with the result in the present, would plus verb. The usage here, it's to show how a past action affects the present moment. The example gives us if he had slept earlier, he would feel better now. So his past lack of sleep directly equals his present exhaustion. Makes sense, right? Now look at mix 2. It flips the script entirely. The math grabs a condition about an ongoing present reality, if plus past simple, and pairs it with a past result, would have plus past participle. We use this to show how a present situation, like a long-standing personality trait, affects a past outcome. The example is, if I were more careful, I wouldn't have broken my phone. The general ongoing present truth is that I am not a careful person. And because of that ongoing trait, a specific bad thing happened in the past. We are literally bending time with grammar. How cool is that? So I want to leave you with a final thought today. And let's see if you can catch what I'm doing here. Look at this question. If you had mastered this grammar cheat sheet years ago, how much more powerfully would you communicate today? Did you notice the math? If you had mastered is a past condition, would you communicate is a present result. Boom! That is a mixed 1 conditional right there in the wild. By understanding this reality scale, you're not just memorizing dry rules. You are unlocking a mathematical toolkit to express your exact level of reality, from the hardest facts to the most impossible daydreams. Keep this chart handy, start plugging your own words into these equations, and just watch your communication totally transform. Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer.